So, we are winding down your moon ruled Yemanja venerated moon day, purifying our emotional selves in these pure springs, brought to you by Yemanja and Obatala. Now we are preparing for another Orisha duo with a triple Oya 9 energy on this open road, Ogun venerated Tuesday. Well, let's unpack it. Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on the fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now. Ashe emojibatu alodumare bobo egungun ara orun bobo orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje to you, Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekale if you are catching this in the evening time. Ekarro if you are catching this in the early morning's rise. As always, I am iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on 222.9, the Mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. And we are winding down your moon-ruled Yemanja venerated moon day, September 8th, 2025. And the day is vibing on Obatala's 8, continuing that straight numerical alignment in which the day of the month adds up to the daily numerology. So with Obatala energy on Yemanja's moon day, that's some purified water. That's some coconut water that you can rinse your head, take a guzzle, dip your body, and rebalance your emotional essence. And you might need to do that because we got some action-packed energy on this coming Tuesday. It is the 12th moon day of summer solstice, the 3rd of Virgo season, and tonight the moon is waning, and the 12th house of Pisces coming fresh off this Sunday's full moon. So release the doubts on your intuition and allow all these old cycles to close. Banish everything that is connected to your old self, your old timelines. So all of your energy can be called back, cleansed, purified, purely yours, and ready to head into the future. And you really want to do that because when the clock strikes 12, the Yemanja goddess passes the time clock to Ogun, and we got a 999 transformational open road Tuesday. And we all know who the 9 belongs to. iiiYansaje. Let's get to that so our 6 a.m. listeners aren't talking too much about yesterday. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Did you enjoy the work and greenery wisdom of the Paradopotis? Well, I hope you did, because now it's time to take to the skies on my Wednesdaily blog, the Malbec Planetarium. That's www.poeticallymuse.org/Malbec Planetarium. That's POETICALLYMUSED.org/MALBECPlanetarium. Bet you won't join me there tomorrow to learn a few secrets of the quasars. Ashe. And we are back. So it is September 9th, 2025. And we got a 9 on the month, a 9 on the day, and a 9 on the year. So that's a triple nine energy, highly intuitive energy, highly Oya transformative energy, all on Ogun's Open Road Tuesday. And we all know that Ogun is one of Oya's wives. So Ogun has opened the road. Oya is transforming things fast. So make sure that you are aligned and ready to manifest your future. Because you know what Oya does? She blows everything off of your path that is blocking your higher growth. And then the roads are wide open for you to head to the road that you really belong on. Make sure you take advantage of that energy. It's the 12th Tuesday of summer solstice and the 3rd of Virgo season. And tonight, the moon is waning in the first house of Aries. So hang back and let the winds carry what they will. Meaning, this may not be the time to put too much action towards things that need to change. Put the action towards building your future and let Oya transform the rest. Ashe. All right. We are still in the second decana Virgo season. So if you were born between September 3rd and 13th, you are a Virgo, but you're half Capricorn because it's subruled by Saturn. So y'all are those Virgos with the horn sticking out and the fin sticking out the back, but that's all good. We are still in the season of the traveler until October 3rd in the 12 figures of African spirituality. And if September 9th is your solar return, then happy solar return. May your ancestors, Olodumare, Orishas, and all saints of your respective faith bless you with many more, filled with Boba Ire. And Boba Ire simply means many blessings. But here's a little zodiac dry snitching for you. If you were born on September 9th, you are magnetic, intuitive, and with some latent psychic powers. You have many different interests and have a leading part whenever possible. This sounds like Oya energy all day. You are apt to rush into things without determining the outcome and should be more discriminating in your judgment. But you are loving, kind, and considerate. Balance that energy out if this applies to you. All right, other 11 houses. Haterade is not alkaline, so make sure you are showing all the Virgos in your life some love as they turn up in their season. Because you know good and darn well that when your zodiac season rolls around, you are going to want the same amount of love and energy shown towards you. So sow that good seed ahead of time. And while you're at it, break out your natal chart, study your placements of House 6, Virgo, and Mercury to learn how that one energy works in your inner universe. And if you need some help understanding that, give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. I will be right back with your planetary retrograde report. This is 222.9 The Mothership, and you are watching or listening to the forecast. Wednesdays, Mercury, Uranus, purples, Ibashe Oya, Ibashe Nanaburu, maroons, exotic voices of the mothers. Welcome to Wednesdays on the Mothership, 222.9. Beam up. And we are back. So here's our planetary retrograde report. We got one in Aquarius, one in Gemini, and three having a soul train line in Aries. So let's get to it. First, we still got Pluto still in retrograde, going in on May 4th in Aquarius, coming out on October 14th, still in Aquarius. And this is the planet that rules Scorpio. So you sting your babies are going to feel this a little more than the other 11 houses. Those of us that are living the Orisha life, Pluto is connected to Ogun, Oya, and Orumila essence. How? Well, Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, which is the masculine planet of drive, initiative, war, tools, action, Niba, Ogun. Pluto ends the galaxy we know about and begins the one we don't. So there's some endings and beginnings energy, which is something Oya definitely symbolizes. And Pluto calls us to pay attention to the taboos that keep us from elevating to our higher selves. And taboos are when Orumila speaks. Now, this is a really subtle retrograde. So, Pluto's retrograde calls us to pay attention to the little things that make all the big differences in the long run. Or like the book calls atomic habits. Ashe? All right. And this is the most subtle of all retrogrades. So here's where you want to embrace your innermost transformations. You want to close old chapters, stop all patterns, thinkings, behaviors that are keeping you on a 3D level of thinking. And those are things that have to be chipped away a little bit at a time. And Pluto's retrograde is here to help you with that. Ashe. Now let's get to this soul train line going on in Aries, starting with Neptune that busted the moonwalk on the 4th of July in the house of Aries, right? And we'll be coming out of that on December 10th in Pisces. Speaking of, Neptune is one of two of Pisces' ruling planets. So, with that being said, you fish twin babies are going to feel this one a little more than the other 11 houses because it's one of your ruling planets. And those of us that live the Orisha life, Neptune is connected to Yamaja and Olokun energy. Now, Neptune is connected to Yamaja by being the planet of dreams, higher levels of love in terms of divine compassion, that motherly love, hint, hint. And Neptune is connected to Olokun essence through dreaminess, through ideals, higher meditative states, and deeper levels of spirituality. And it's kind of like how we find our own treasures at the bottom of our wine dark seas. And when we use this retrograde, you want to pay very close attention to your dreams because your dreams are showing you a lot about what's going on in your waking life. This is how the spirit world connects with you directly. You want to embrace confusion from a spiritual standpoint. You want to avoid escapism. You want to honor your intuition, or as Orisha tradition calls, honoring the Ori. And you want to chill out on vices for right now. Not that you should be overindulging in any vices at all, but you really want to lay off during this time because vices are spiritual gateways and you want to make sure that your downloads are completely clean and clear. Not talking to some low vibe creature because you high. Nashe? All right. Secondly, and the second planet that is on the Aries retrograde soul train line is Saturn, that went in on July 13th in Aries, coming out on November 28th in Pisces. Now, Saturn is already currently retrograding in Pisces, and that's closing some final chapters, bringing some final things to an ending, cementing some doors closed so that there's no lock, no key, no knob, just a wall as if the door were never there. Now, Saturn's retrograde is passing out a lot of karmic packages that people who've been dancing on the wrong side of issues crossroad are feeling the effects of. So be careful who you allow back into your life if they left you in bad, disrespectful, or toxic circumstances. Because many of them are not looking to reconcile out of love, they're looking for a safety net. Just saying. Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn, so you bucketheads and seagoat babies are going to feel this one a little more than the other 10 houses. And for those of us that live that Orisha life, Eshu and Babaluaye are connected to Saturn energy. Why? Because Saturn is the trickster planet of karma, discipline, power, and a carnal energy that lives in all of our loins. So, how do we make this useful? Reflect on your important life lessons so you can stop repeating the same toxic patterns. Embrace your deeper crossroads so that your spiritual priorities maintain precedence over your earthly desires. Allow your ego self to speak. Allow the darkness in you to speak to you so that it can be processed, balanced, and put to work for your spirit. There are many rewards for self mastery, so dive in it with the self discipline. And we got Chiron, also that is in retrograde in Aries. Goodness gracious. And Chiron is the comet that became a planet through evolution, and it went in on July 30th in Aries, coming out on January 2nd of 2026 in the same house. So this retrograde is plunging all of us headfirst into total shadow work or total avoidance. And with this in Aries, that means we got to face our uglies head on. Oh, yeah. Get down in your soul and clean out all those dark nooks and crannies. Stop soaking over the past so you can transform your pain into power. Break down walls like the Aries butts his head through them. Tackle that self doubt and turn those self wounds and tests and trials into testimonies that others can use to grow and prove that the divine is the way to go. And this is how you keep choosing progress over stagnation. Last but not least, we had Uranus bust the moonwalk on the 6th of September, just 3 days ago, in the third house of Gemini. So there's like a hidden 963, read backwards is a 369, and will be coming out on February 4th of 2026 in Taurus. Now, Uranus rules Aquarius. So, Aquarians, both of your planets are in retrograde right now. It is what it is. And those of us that live the Orisha life, Uranus is connected to Oya, who is the ruler of this year, as in 2025, adding up to 9. 9 is Oya energy. And she is the energy of intuition, shakeups, sudden changes. And with this retrograding in Gemini, that's going to bring a lot of dualities in terms of what our spiritual beliefs are. And we see what's going on out here. The church is turning upside down. African traditional religions are being attacked and called demonic. And you're really going to have to sit back and assess from within what is true to you. How does the divine speak within you? And with those truths, you will shatter old patterns and spirituality that keep you from a real divine connection. Don't worry about any sudden changes or upheavals at this time, because if you have been living righteously, any of and all upheavals are designed to lead you straight into your higher and better reality. There's my planetary retrograde report. You can always check these planets in your natal chart so that you can get a more personalized perspective on how these planets affect you. And if you need some help understanding that, give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. I will be right back with your Tuesdayly read for the Divine Masculine Collective. This is 222.9 The Mothership, and you are watching or listening to The Forecast. Beam up. Green vegetations, plant magic, iiiYansaje Ogun, iiiYansaje Onile, iiiYansaje Ochosi, heart chakra, jazz, voices of the fathers, Mars. Welcome to Tuesdays on the Mothership, 222.9. Beam up. And we are back. So, this message is for the Divine Masculine Collective. If you are listening to this over Mothership airwaves or watching this on the Spotify podcast video, you are tapped into Divine Algorithm, and this message is for you. All right. First, we're going to take a look at where your energies are, the energies of those around you, and what the divine has to say. Are we ready? All right. Let's go. Ibari wa gusu ila oru iwa oru. Ibalodamare, Spirit of the Most High, we give thanks for all you've done, all you are doing, and all that you will do. I honor my Ori ancestors and Orisha that rules my head. I honor the Ori ancestors and spirit guides of those who are receiving this message. May everyone take what resonates, leave behind what does not. I honor Issue. Thank you for opening the way for divine messages to be received, free of any falsehoods by malevolent forces. We say, Ashe. Okay, so we got hunger and ideation. And that is, of course, the root, sacral, and solar plexus energy. And we got happiness at the bottom of the deck. So this is calling for some balance in your lower regions, because with the hunger card, what that's giving hunger next to ideation is the desire for approval. Okay? And that's not the key to your happiness, because the ideation or the realization of the powers of your energy and what you are capable of, that's something that has to come from within, not external validation. But because all of these cards showed up upright, you are already realizing that, and it's causing you to head in the right direction. This is good stuff. I'm liking how this is starting out. So, what are the energies of those around you? What are the energies around you? Anybody? Wow. Gusu. Pila oru. Miwa oru. Some are inspired, some want to cause drama, and others want to get you involved in risky behavior that will keep you trapped in your lower chakras. Be careful, because what I'm feeling is you are growing in yourself now, and many people who benefited from your brokenness want to put you back into that expired version of yourself. And some are willing to cause drama, others are willing to pretend that they're so in awe and inspired by you, when really they're looking for a way to infiltrate it by inspiring you to engage in risky behavior. Because the denial and the revenge card both showed up at the bottom of the deck. So you may want to take some time alone right now, because you got people grinning in your face that are not your friends and do not have your best interest at heart. Ashe? All right. Okay, so thirdly, I'm going to do the Comedic Tarot deck and see what it has to say. Ibari wa gusu ila oru iwa oru. Ashe. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Two ways, four swords. So many of you, your choice in a certain partner, as you can see, you chose a partner that the Most High His herself loathes. As you can see, this arrow is pointed straight at this other woman's head, while the masculine energy is standing right in the middle, trying to choose between two women, or the two ways, or how that works. Okay. Now, this energy may have already put you in a Four of Swords energy. And with these Four Swords turned inwards, this means that you have been kind of beating yourself up about some decisions you made, which caused the initial hunger to re ideate your energy or to redefine yourself, should I say, to get back to happiness, showed up at the very beginning of the deck. And we got the Cup or the Ace of Cups showing up inverted at the bottom of the deck, which me up and the Master of Pentacles showing up right under that, and the Twilight confirmation from Spirit, which is the Moon card. So what you did was is you chose the wrong feminine partner because you wanted to become a King of Pentacles, but actually you were sold a bunch of illusions that put you in a Four of Swords energy. And it's a lesson learned, but you have to decide how much more time you're going to waste in a situation that you know is killing your energy. Will that take some humiliation? Yes. Will you piss some people off? Yes. But in the end, you get your soul back, and everything else is collateral damage. And at the bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Cups. So go ahead on and get on that, because your regrets are clearly kicking your ass. But you don't have to stay there. But it's up to you to get up, and not just get up. Shift your energies, change your ways, and become someone that you are happy to see when you look in the mirror. If you came across this reading, you're already considering it. Now all you have to do is put your actions behind your convictions. That is one of the key, simplest, most important parts to master when it comes to alignment. There's my general message. Should you need a personal read, give me a call on the Mothership's Mentorship and Guidance Hotline at 314-200-0368. I'm iiYansaje Muse, and this is Radio for the Cosmos, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. Using the tools already in your hand is stepping out on faith and practical action. Ogun. The Mars Collection from the Mothership Mystic Boutiq. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Thank you for joining me for this cosmic weather forecast. I certainly manifest that you gain some things that will help you have a divinely aligned, Ogun blissed, or transformative Tuesday. If you're listening at the 9 o'clock hour, stay tuned for my Wednesday nightly vision of what love looks like, brought to you by... No, actually, it's the Nightly Vision of what love looks like, brought to you by the Divine Mothers of Song and Veneration to iiiYansaje. If you are watching this at the 6 a.m. hour, stay tuned for the Rising Bimbe to Ogun before we get to your smooth groove Fathers of Song. Either way, remember, the sky's big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind and your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, Internet Radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.